Japanese Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako visited the Netherlands from June 13th to 20th.
Kanpai. Kanpai.
They joined the Dutch royal family to watch the FIFA World Cup soccer match between Japan and the Netherlands with King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima. Even Miffy, the iconic Dutch character, joined the celebration in a special seasonal outfit. When you think of the Netherlands, tulips, windmills, canals, and cheese probably come to mind. But what kind of country is it really? The name Netherlands literally means lowlands. In fact, nearly a quarter of the country lies below sea level. The Dutch have lived side by side with water, constantly battling its power while finding ingenious ways to harness it. By turning this challenge into an opportunity, the Netherlands built some of the world's most advanced ports and inland waterway networks. And in the 17th century, this small nation rose to become a global maritime superpower, dominating trade routes and seas across the world. Did you know Japan and the Netherlands have been connected for more than 420 years? It all started back in 1600, when a Dutch ship drifted ashore in Kyushu. Even during Japan's period of national isolation, the Dutch remained one of the country's only trading partners. And you can still spot that connection today. Have a look at Amsterdam Centraal Station. Doesn't it remind you of Tokyo Station? Both are famous red brick landmarks and serve as major gateways to their respective countries. And right outside the station, you'll find a local favorite. You must try croquettes. And not just any croquettes, these come from a vending machine. Behind these rows of little doors are freshly prepared croquettes ready to be picked up. You can choose from a variety of flavors and pay using cashless methods. Within seconds, you can enjoy a hot, crispy, freshly made croquette. Potatoes are a staple of Dutch cuisine. In fact, the Netherlands is also Europe's leading exporter of potatoes. But here's something you might not expect. The Netherlands is about the size of Japan's Kyushu region, with a population of just over 18 million, only about 1.25 times that of Tokyo. It has become the world's third largest exporter of agricultural products. So, how did the Netherlands become an agricultural powerhouse? The answer is its high-tech agriculture, including the greenhouses that can be seen across the country. Nippon Television visited one of the companies driving this agricultural innovation. This is where what some people call high-tech tomatoes are grown. We asked why they chose to specialize on tomatoes.
But maybe to add for tomatoes, so it's also the passion of us and our father. But gross margin-wise and worldwide, it's the biggest crop. And so everywhere around the world, people are eating tomatoes, and especially the high tech where we focused on. That was the most attractive for us to start.
Effective.
And potential-wise, it was also most interesting.
Here, tomato breeding that would normally take 7 to 8 years can be accelerated through advanced technology.
bit.
Yeah, the breeding of tomato takes quite some while, right? Before the first idea that we have, right? Because we want to build maybe disease resistance or a labor-friendly variety or improve taste and color. Of course, we want to reduce the cycle, so we want to increase the seed-to-seed cycle, but also the research lab actually can also help us to fingerprint every variety and to understand the genes behind the tomato.
The first place they took us looked more like a pharmaceutical lab than a farm.
Yes, you can enter, you can film. They sample the plants in this kind of plate. In each plate we have 96 samples, and here you can see that there are leaf bunches of a specific plant. So what we do, the first step will be isolate the DNA of these plants.
Scientists here develop tomato seeds designed to maximize flavor, yield, and resistance to disease.
And then with an automatic roll, it will seal the plate so that it doesn't evaporate. We aspirate the DNA, and then we can put it into the PCR plate. And that is 4 times the same DNA in one PCR plate. Yeah. And then you can see that now the DNA is in the PCR plate. The next step of the PCR is you need to mix the DNA with the master mix, or the assay, the characteristic that you want to see. In each PCR plate, as I said, you can ask for 4 different characteristics. In this plate, for example, we are asking for oidium resistance, shape of the tomato, the color of the skin, or resistance to TOP-RFB.
They also create varieties tailored to different regions and growing conditions around the world. Their goal is to develop tomato seeds that can be successfully cultivated almost anywhere, helping farmers produce high-quality crops regardless of location.
And this group of plants will actually be heterozygous. That means that it is still segregating, and in the greenhouse you will see both red and yellow. And then we can tell the breeder, okay, if the breeder wants plants with these characteristics, then he needs to select these ones that are in the DNA plate on these positions marked, basically. And then we send the results to the breeder, and then when they see the sowing tray, they can pick the plants that they need to put into the greenhouse, so that in the greenhouse they only see the plants that they want to see. And that's how we help them.
Then the company gave us special access to its high-tech facilities. After undergoing strict sanitation procedures, we were finally allowed inside.
This is greenhouse if you go to a commercial grower in the Netherlands.
What immediately caught our attention were the rows of tomato plants hanging from long-growing systems. Looking more closely, the plants weren't growing in the ground at all.
Yeah, the water is coming through this pipe, and the water drips down, and then it goes into this pot. So we can give each plant enough water and fertilizing by this system.
Following the network of pipes, we discovered that no soil was being used.
And the bed?
The bed is, now this is rock wool.
You know, the rockwool is a kind of stuff you can isolate your house with that.
Yeah.
It's a kind of growing medium. So in the past, very in the past, you put the plant in the ground, but that is not possible anymore because of diseases. So then they find out the rockwool. So all tomato plants, cucumber plants, pepper plants are growing on this medium worldwide.
Here, tomatoes are grown without soil and carefully managed through a sophisticated system of pipes, cables, and sensors. Each tomato plant is arranged with maximum efficiency in mind. Temperature, humidity, water, and even nutrient levels are all precisely controlled to create the ideal growing environment.
5 meters down there, and that goes up, and that's why we put these hooks on the top. And all the time when the plant is by the hook, then we lower it a little bit, and then it comes down over here.
Greenhouse technologies like these are a uniquely Dutch innovation, making it possible to grow crops even with limited sunlight. Every tomato is evenly ripened, beautifully colored, and shows almost no signs of insect damage.
This is all, what is over here is all for eating.
What's more,
So different. また全然違うトマトです。形も全然違う。
And half of the area is with these kind of tomatoes. And the rest is all separated with cherry, with beef, with romas.
What is this called?
This is a cluster tomato. Cluster tomato big and medium.
Cluster, okay.
Cluster big. And if you go a little bit more to that side, that is cluster
advanced
medium.
cultivation techniques allow many different varieties of tomatoes to be grown in the same facility. They come in shapes and sizes. Some are quite unusual.
小さくなって、もうもっと小さくなりましたね。すごい。
Some are quite unusual.
I've never seen them.
No? Black? Yeah, black. We call it black. The funny thing of this tomato is also you really have to know when you can eat it. Because if you don't know, then and you pick the wrong fruit, it's horrible. But if it is ripe, it's incredible.
Tomato grower.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Yeah, for special restaurants.
I see.
That's really small market.
I see.
But everywhere in the world where you put a high-tech greenhouse, you can control the heat, you can control the humidity, fertilizing, everything. So you really can manage how to grow a tomato plant. In the greenhouse we can control the complete environment.
These innovations have made it possible to grow tomatoes almost anywhere in the world.
And also what is in France.
By developing region-specific seeds and tailoring growing methods to local climates, the company has expanded far beyond Northern Europe into markets around the globe.
May I? Thank you.
On display is an impressive array of tomatoes, featuring vibrant colors and a wide range of sizes. So far, the company has successfully commercialized around 50 different tomato varieties. Among them is a particularly unusual one, the black tomato, often served in high-end restaurants. So what's it like?
Try it, but I cannot guarantee it's very
Really? Very flavory. すごい香ばしい。
And then there's this unusual variety. It's called Lemonax.
見たことないやつばっかりです。いきますよ、これ。レモナックスっていうかレモンの味ですね。本当にレモンの味がします。びっくり。
Last year, Japanese automotive parts giant Denso acquired the company. By leveraging its expertise in image recognition and AI technologies, Denso aims to further automate cultivation processes and accelerate the development of high-quality tomato varieties suited to a wide range of climates.
So that means that in every PCR plate, we can run 4 DNA.
The technology continues to evolve every day. This is one of the company's latest generation greenhouses. Looking through the glass, it immediately feels different. The growing systems are suspended above the floor, while numerous machines are installed overhead.
This is one of the most modern greenhouses you can build these days. For example, in the top we have artificial light. So when the period in Holland in the winter time is too dark, then we have not enough sunlight.
And you mentioned about those green lights and red lights. Can you explain that again?
Green one of the things that is to control the humidity.
Ah, it's okay. And
And the red, that is something different. Sometimes you get some diseases in, then you can wait it out, and there comes some smoke.
Smoke, okay. And there's these white ones.
So we have this LED light,
Ah,
the LEDs.
okay. And what was that these silver pipes?
The white pipes on top, that is the heating.
Got it.
And also you see in between the tomato plants is also the white pipes that also for the heating.
Oh, did you still
Oh yeah. And then the small white pipe what is coming from underneath, that is the water the plant. You see each plant has a drip.
Yes.
So each plant we can control how much water it gets and how much fertilizer.
Amazing.
Artificial lighting provides the perfect amount of light, while automated systems precisely control the temperature, humidity, water, and nutrients. The company says its biggest strengths are developing high-quality, disease-resistant seeds and helping growers maximize productivity per square meter.
This is for 1,000 euros.
Okay.
Today we are using the digital tools, so we use a camera to detect. We can count the number of fruits on the plant. We can count the number of flowers. We can estimate the size of the tomato. So breeders actually they don't have to be in the greenhouse themselves to take all those data, but they just can use the data and look at the plant.
And high-tech agriculture continues to evolve. Next, we visited Wageningen University and Research, widely regarded as one of the world's leading institutions for research. Often described as the brain behind Dutch high-tech agriculture, its campus serves as the hub of a vast innovation ecosystem, bringing together around 250 companies and research organizations. We were given access to one of its most advanced research facilities. This is a national project of the Netherlands dedicated to developing the agriculture of the future.
MPEC is the Netherlands Eco-Phenotyping Center. So what we do here is phenotyping plants. So looking at what is the effect of the environment on a plant in combination with its genotype. So what is the genetics, how does it react to certain conditions. And what we do in these rooms, we have
As the door opened, it didn't look like a farm at all.
of rock wool. Maybe you know it as the insulation material. Yes.
There was no soil anywhere. Instead, rows of cube-shaped rock wool blocks stretched across the room. Each seed is planted into the rock wool, while water and nutrients can be delivered and controlled with precise accuracy, drop by drop. It feels less like a farm and more like a factory from the future. Instead of sunlight, LED lights provide the ideal wavelengths for plant growth, operating around the clock. And this is a robotic camera.
We'll go to a position, and then we'll move down, take an image of the plant, and then it will move to the next position, and once again image all these plants, so that every plant can have a photo taken. We have RGB imaging. We can also do chlorophyll fluorescence, so we can see how efficient is the plant using the light. So they can select the plants that perform the best and put them in these holes so that they...
The automated camera system moves overhead, scanning every single plant. It regularly records the spread of the leaves, color, height, and even indicators of photosynthetic activity. Every day, the growth of each plant generates new data. Researchers then use that information to determine the ideal conditions for growth, identifying exactly what environment allows each plant to thrive. There are many other experiments underway as well.
I call it the disco room or the rainbow room, and we can set the ceiling to whatever color we want. So we can, for example, if we want to simulate the sunrise with a very red light, and then during the day it gets brighter and more whiter, we can set all these colors. We can also make it blue. It's whatever the researcher wants. So this is really nice. We can simulate all kinds of situations. Also, for example, for artificial growing rooms, because a lot of companies want to grow lettuce indoors. Which light frequency is the best? Which will give you the biggest leaf? Which will give you the nice flavor, the best taste, or the best looking plants?
Researchers are studying how different types of light affect plant development, and how those changes influence flavor, appearance, and overall quality. Every result is carefully measured, analyzed, and compared.
This one is a bit special in the sense that in all the rooms, usually the plant stays at this place and the camera moves around. But here we have the plants, they're growing on a table, and we raise the table to get close to the ceiling. And here, in the ceiling are 6 cameras, and we can image all plants at once. So,
and they don't just study what's above the surface.
Below ground.
They showed us a specially designed cultivation container.
Where we want to look at the roots. This is the Arabidopsis I was talking about. So we have the idea of growing the plant with the roots against the glass plate. And this is a prototype, so this one is not the way it is in the room. These are a bit different. But you can clearly see the roots developing. And then this room automatically phenotypes the roots. I will show you the inside. So here we have all these plates. You can come in. We have all these plates standing on a row, on an angle, so that the roots grow properly against the glass. And you get a very nice image, and you can really see how is the plant reacting. We can, for example, apply a drought treatment or...
Inside these custom-built growing containers, plants are grown under different lighting, watering, and environmental conditions.
Or this one it's pretty well watered, so it's doing pretty well. We also have little holes on the side in which we can inject, for example, salt or different bacteria, or we can even extract rhizobial exudates. So what the roots, they might put certain protein or chemicals in the soil, and we can simulate that or extract that.
The roots, normally hidden beneath soil or water, become completely visible. By placing them inside transparent panels, researchers can watch the entire root system develop in real time. Researchers can see exactly how plants respond to different temperatures and water conditions.
And others didn't. This is the robot.
Once the experiment is complete, the panels are automatically collected. They are then analyzed by specialized scanners and high-resolution cameras inside this machine. In this way, much of the research and analysis can be carried out automatically with minimal human intervention.
The lights are controlled by the big cabinet up more than that.
So, how do they actually grow these crops? To find out, we visited another research facility.
So this is a project on brassica. They all come from Italy, and the question here is how brassica can resist to drought. So when there are situations where there is very little water, like in the south of Italy, in Sicily. So this is a system where there is a conveyor belt. So every pot, there are 560 pots, is in a system that automatically brings the plants to the operator station, so to another room where they are imaged. And they are imaged going from different systems. So one system can collect the 3D architecture of the plant, another system can collect the reflectance of the plant, from which we can understand if the plants are healthy or not. And of course we can measure also. So from that we can understand how good the plants are in capturing light and making sugars. And all of this is fully automated.
Everything inside is automated. 540 plants, representing 9 different genetic varieties, are grown under carefully controlled conditions. One of the biggest differences?
The watering system.
It's here.
Okay, so you
So the
provide.
plants, whenever they need to be watered, they move around. They go here. There's a little scale, and then these little. This little thing will move in, and it will get a specific amount of water based on what we weigh. So we see, hey, the plant was 2 kilos yesterday, and now it's 1.5. We say it lost half a liter of water, and we can half a liter. We can go up to grams irrigation. So this will move in, and the plants, they will move around. Yeah, it's a conveyor system. Yeah. You see those big gray boxes outside here? Those are air treatment chambers, and they can adjust the humidity. We can add CO2, and we can raise and lower the temperature depending on what the researcher wants. Here at the top we suck in the air, it goes through the treatment chamber, and then through these white tubes we blow it out so it spreads evenly throughout the entire room. And we have these boxes which measure the temperature and humidity. So then we know what is going on. And you see the black T-shaped bars there? Those are PAR sensors. So they measure the photosynthetic active radiation, so the light that the plant actually uses. We measure that there. And then we can see how much light did the plant get during a day. If it's not enough, we can use the lights to add more light. But during the summer...
Instead of relying on sunlight, these high-powered LED lights provide the perfect spectrum for plants, while the indoor climate is precisely controlled. This system continuously measures the intensity of wavelengths used for photosynthesis. It can even detect and analyze the effects of insufficient light. The entire process is monitored and controlled automatically. As the technology advances, researchers are now growing crops that normally thrive in tropical climates. One of the first things we were shown was papaya.
Oh, that's the papaya.
パパイヤです。パパイヤ。そうでもいいですね。
あ、本当だ。
Okay, this is the cacao, I'm sure. And this is the coffee.
コーヒーです。
Yeah. So coffee, cacao, and the cacao.
There were also coffee plants and even cacao trees.
これがカカオです。
The technology is making it possible to cultivate tropical fruits and crops in environments far from their natural habitats. Cutting-edge research like this is attracting attention from around the world, and Japanese companies are paying attention as well. Researchers from Japan's National Agriculture and Food Research Organization are based here as well. Working alongside Dutch scientists, they're studying ways to improve potato production in Hokkaido by applying Dutch farming technologies. This is truly an agricultural Silicon Valley, a place where industry, government, and academia come together. Companies, researchers, and organizations continuously challenge, collaborate, and inspire one another, creating an ecosystem of innovation. The result is an agricultural sector that has become one of the key drivers of the Dutch economy. This company is developing and producing next generation of food. In addition to alternative proteins, it is focusing on biomass derived from microorganisms such as yeast, fungi, and algae. One of the technologies they showed us was a tiny microfluidic chip, which is used in both medicine and food development. Tiny transparent chips contain ultra-fine channels etched into their surfaces. Designed to mimic structures found in the human body, the chips allow researchers to observe how newly developed food ingredients react once introduced into the system. This technology makes it possible to evaluate food products without animal testing, accelerating the development of future food sources. Even Yakult has expanded its research facility this spring. Researchers told us that collaboration is highly active here, with visits from universities, research institutes, and companies often taking place without lengthy formal procedures. The goal is simple: accelerate innovation through openness and cooperation. The Netherlands also has a number of locations dedicated to supporting research commercially. This is the Biotech campus, the country's largest open innovation center. It supports not only research and development, but also production, commercialization, and market expansion. At the heart of the approach is an ecosystem, a network in which companies, researchers, and organizations combine their strengths and support one another to turn technologies into real-world businesses. Here we met an entrepreneur who launched a business originating in India.
Sources. So one of the proteins that we make is from peanuts. So generally India and a lot of parts in Asia we use a lot of peanut oil. So once the oil is taken out of the peanuts, what remains mostly goes into animal feed. Using our technology, we have been able to make it very clean tasting, highly digestible, absolutely safe for human use protein that now is used globally, including India, Europe, US, for food applications like protein bars, protein powders, high protein breakfast cereals, even protein snacks, and those kind of things.
The company produces protein-rich foods by upcycling peanut residue that would otherwise have been discarded. The venture received support here as part of its efforts to expand internationally.
Yeah, so I think we host companies from all over the world. Some come from local and some come internationally, from the US, from China, from Israel. And I think why they come here is because this is such an important ecosystem. Yeah, I think you can only be successful if you play in a global market. So I think every company, you need to start small and maybe you start local in a very specific application with a very specific customer group in mind. But in the end, it's very good to be global. And then here we have the unique competences and we have room also for R&D, for knowledge, but also for example, scale up. And that can be done here in Delft.
So you don't mind having it just in the Indian market?
No, we don't mind. We don't mind. I think the essence here is that that here in this ecosystem we have the unique knowledge and competence. That is the essence, and I think it is very healthy for a company to be active internationally also in many ways. I mean, the world population it will increase to 10 billion. We will not be able to have enough animals to host enough animals on this world, feeding all those people. So we need additional protein sources.
Innovation here doesn't stop at the laboratory. It crosses borders. In June, after crossing the water by boat from Amsterdam Centraal Station, we arrived at the venue for a major international event. It was a global conference focused on deep tech innovation and supporting startups from around the world. Fittingly for a gathering designed to help new ventures set sail, the conference was held in a renovated former shipyard. More than 3,000 participants, including startup founders, investors, and policymakers from 120 countries, came together under one roof. Delivering the opening keynote was the Netherlands' 39-year-old Prime Minister.
Hello everyone, hello tomorrow, and welcome in Amsterdam, welcome in the Netherlands. We're very pleased to have you here for this very special occasion, and it's fantastic to see that Europe's biggest deep tech event has come to Amsterdam, has come to the Netherlands, and we're incredibly proud of that. It's a clear sign that this event, choosing for Amsterdam, that this country is doing well in deep tech, in scaling up, but it's also a very big push for our government and so many companies from this country to do even better. And I'm very delighted to see that this event is taking place at this location, because if you perhaps have noticed while taking the ferry from Amsterdam Central Station over the IJ towards this beautiful historic building, this is the place, one of the temples of Dutch industry in the 20th century. Here at the NDSM, the Netherlands has built large ships of steel that crossed the oceans and connected people all around the world. And I think it's great that this deep tech event is taking place in this robust location that nowadays inspires so many people from different generations. Inspires us in a different way, more creative and innovative. And I think it's a perfect spot to say hello tomorrow. And I love the positivity of that name, the positivity of this event, because we should not be afraid of the future. We should embrace the future and all the opportunities that it delivers to us. In the world of quantum
The Prime Minister emphasized that true strength comes from international collaboration. Perhaps that's an idea the Netherlands has embraced for centuries. Among the participants were companies from around the world, including several from Japan's healthcare industry. So what's the secret behind the Netherlands' success? Looking ahead, what vision does the Netherlands have for the future? We put that question to a prince who serves as a leading advocate for startups and innovation.
I think, yes, the relationship between Japan and the Netherlands have gone back a long time in terms of trade, in terms of scientific exchange. And I think we are very complementary. We have in the Netherlands maybe more startups and a lot of innovation, but in Japan has companies that integrate technology and it can scale it much more than we don't have those companies as much. So, the big conglomerates can really benefit our technology companies when turning them from components to larger systems. So we look forward to more collaboration. So all of those technologies are there. They need to be developed and scaled, and some of them through startups, some of them through industry, but also very much in collaboration with government, with industry, and with entrepreneurs. So my vision is that we build that economy that is much more robust, that can respond to future challenges.
The Netherlands is a place where groundbreaking technologies and innovative ideas are constantly emerging.
What do you think is key for all this success, that there's so many numbers of startups in the Netherlands and so forth?
So I think the Netherlands and Dutch people in general are pro-innovation and pro-entrepreneurship. They like to start things, they like to be independent, they're very individualistic. So they want to build their own things, but they only want to build to this level. And we need them to build industries, and that's our challenge: is to go from small to big. Ideally, you don't need them. But a government-backed program can help accelerate and initiate and kickstart. But ideally, eventually, the private market is the driver of the investments and of the creativity.
And there was one more point he wanted to make.
Yeah. Well, I mean, talent has been one of the big advantages in the Netherlands, is that we've attracted a lot of foreign talent. So you'll see that many of the deep tech companies, many of our PhDs come from abroad and they build their companies here. So, and it's something we are, from my organization, are really fighting for, that we keep an open mind and keep an open market for talent. And so far that's still possible. So companies, as you grow as an ecosystem, but this is the same in Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley thrives on foreign talent. If you look at the big companies, they're mostly run and owned by foreigners.
We asked what role Japan could play in this collaboration going forward.
Well, I think these visits are always good to dive into our history and to understand how closely we've been related for centuries, to see those relationships as a basis for the future. I hope it will emphasize the strategic collaboration that we have and we can build on in certain industries like semiconductors, but also in climate tech. And in other areas where Japan can benefit from Dutch innovation and we from the Japanese innovation, and where we can be bridgeheads in each other's markets. And I think more and more we realize how strategic the relationship between Europe and Japan is, and the Netherlands wants to play an important role in that.
Even on a small scale, people bring together their technologies, expertise, and strengths, supporting one another as they grow. Behind this approach is a belief in looking beyond borders.